You again for joining me. My name is Stacy J, and this is Pop of Genius on Urban Politics. And I want to do a quick video about the controversy occurring between the well-known comedian Corey Holcomb, who is the host of the 5150 podcast, and Anton Daniels, who has become like a icon in regards to YouTubers, political grifters. He's a Black American, mainly right-wing conservative MAGA supporter. And he is over a few podcasts. And he is also a very married man. Now, I did a video about him a months ago, about 4 months ago, and it was called Deep Dive on a Grifter, Anton Daniels. And it's done okay over these past 4 months, gotten over like 2,000 views. Well, anyway, Anton Daniels, along with Corey Holcomb, had, if you haven't seen it, then you have been living under a pop culture rock. But what is trending right now is the conversation on what occurred between these two Black American men. They got into a verbal altercation in regards to their political differences on the 5150 podcast. And Corey Holcomb confronted, again, a very overly conservative, MAGA supported Black American, Anton Daniels, and his inability, in Corey Holcomb's opinion, to hold white conservative Americans that are a large part of his audience in the same regard as he holds Black Americans. And when he constantly, Anton Daniels is known to constantly correct, point out, try to humiliate Black Americans within our culture, even just things that occur, everyday things that occur. I'm not saying that there's no improvement for our people as Black Americans, but there's also improvement for other groups as well. And Corey Holcomb pointed that out, and I think that he spoke for a lot of Black Americans that, fine, you want to say that Black Americans have problems, fine and dandy. We might have those problems. There are definitely areas where we have room for improvement, but also hold white conservative Americans to that same expectation. And so the conversation started off like that, and it ended up into something completely different. But to add on an additional situation was the fact that Anton Daniels, the podcast that is over, one of his podcasts is called Millionaire Mind Maker, something like that. And then the other one is Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. Well, he has a cast member on his podcast team. Her name is Meeca. And according to him, he has Meeca signed as a talent within his company. He does very well now. He does very well as far as financially on YouTube. But the relationship between him and this supposed staff member of his and his talent, in my opinion, in many other people's opinion, even just, you don't even have to see them, just observing their behavior, to me, I feel like it's totally inappropriate. Because Anton Daniels is married. He has a beautiful Black American woman. He has a beautiful little girl. And he puts this young lady, Meeca, on a higher level, in my opinion, publicly, than he does his own wife that he's been married to for over 20 years. And Corey Holcomb, in his moment of rage against Anton Daniels, after Anton Daniels said something totally inappropriate towards him, Corey Holcomb out Anton Daniels and tells Anton Daniels to take his BITCH with him, along with his security, and to leave his podcast set because he was just that angry. So that's how it started. Let me let you see what happened. If you're not familiar with this, It's a lot.
I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know.
We good.
That I could get back straight. We just, when I said your hand, it wasn't phony. Anton, my mind is set up when people do things like I call it backdooria on my show. When people throw that at you, it's a set off.
And that's why I said,
you say I don't walk under the code?
No, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world a hypocrite, but what are you talking about?
No, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes,
I believe you.
When it comes to specifically you moving by a code.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you think that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move, but I don't think that you move the way.
In this point of the conversation is very early on, but I feel like they're both dancing around the topic of what they really both want to discuss. And Corey Holcomb, gonna kind of speed this up. Corey Holcomb is then gonna get to the gist of his concern and his issue he has with Anton Daniels politically.
Way that you're supposed to anyway.
I want this thing to be studied, because here's the truth. Brother Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. Study this episode.
Shout out to the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to
the ain't shit on
I'm
himself.
not gonna shit on nobody.
You shit on black people.
And also too, let me stop right here. I want to make a disclaimer, and that is I do not support profanity or the use of the N-word, and you are about to hear a whole lot of that in this conversation, in this dialogue as we proceed.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Shitting on me, because I feel like you're talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you.
Careful.
I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
Trust me.
The tough talk? I got security. You got security.
Homie, I ain't got security. They're my people.
Cool. Them your
You gotta hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie, you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face.
To me, because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now. You doing it.
And ladies and gentlemen, it was right there when I knew Anton Daniels should have aborted the mission. Bro, you need to abort the mission, because Corey Holcomb was about to crash out on you.
Bitch, abort mission. He is not big enough to rock this ride. Bitch, abort mission. He is not big enough to rock this ride.
What you do? Let me tell you what you do.
Nah, homie, let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
ain't nobody
suck
gonna
dick.
tell you to,
I don't suck dick.
Yeah, you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck dick, homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you. I don't
Believe me
do
when
that.
I tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you give me.
Let's switch seats.
Let's
Switch seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit, homie.
I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Bitch, abort mission. He is not big enough to rock this ride.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking,
You
homie.
say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You
Okay, but that gay shit, I
don't give a fuck about what you talking about.
Hey, homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put no dick sucking shit. Don't put no dick
Bitch,
sucking shit.
abort mission. He is not big enough to rock this
I'm
ride.
right here, right now.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No.
Things straight. Ain't nobody saying I'm sucking dick no more. Everything straight.
For sure. I got a question for bro though.
And I'm gonna respect him on that.
Yes, sir.
He said what he said, so I'm gonna respect him on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
right,
so
correct.
look, check this out. This is what
Let's
listen.
keep everything respectful.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. The reason I don't have a lot of people up here at the show is because I know a lot of people aren't initiated when it comes to talking to men of a certain mind state. And I don't believe you knew what you was doing when you said something about dick sucking, brother. I can
apologize.
Okay. Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
I apologize.
I appreciate that, because this ain't no show. The last thing I want to do is get into it with you physically, but I have a switch.
Many unbearable hours later.
Because I'm right. See,
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down.
You're
you proved the point.
You're hypocritical.
Homie, just gone, man.
You hypocritical,
just gone,
bro.
man.
You
just gone.
hypocrite. I'm out the jet.
You done did this before.
He's
Get your
hypocritical.
bitch ass to... Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on. And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch.
You proved my point.
I got shit to do. Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on. Remember I told you that. If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. Can she be on the show? I don't know that bitch, nigga.
Whew, that was a lot. And again, I apologize for the very bad and awful profanity and derogatory terms and slurs they were using in this dialogue. I still didn't play all of it because of that. It's very cringe for me. And I don't like for people to talk about women disrespectfully. But I saw this coming. And in the beginning of this video, I said I did a video about 4 months ago showing a concern on this behavior between Anton Daniels and this girl that the host Corey Holcomb is referencing to as being the BITCH. So I'm going to play a little bit of that video, and then I'm going to play a little bit of the aftermath, the day after this 5150 podcast fiasco.
You don't say a lot. You be chilling. If I call you and check on you, you just be like, oh, no, I'm good or whatever. You don't ask for nothing. You don't say nothing. You just be chilling. You just be having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm content with myself. I'm confident in the things that I do. And, you know, if something is for me, it's going to be for me. Mm-hmm. If it's not, then okay. But I don't want the drama. I don't want any of that. So I play my position. I do what I'm well at. And I just work it that way.
And so, you say yes.
Yes.
You always say yes.
Yes. I mean, you get more out of yes than no.
And I'm like, yo, you coming to Detroit? You're like, yeah. I'm like, I bet.
Yeah, it's just time and circumstance. Everything else can be handled. So yeah.
This is just my opinion, and that is, if you can get a woman to fly across the country, if you can get her to do that much, see, there's nothing else that you can't get her to do when you get her here, whether you're married or not. And I want y'all to pay attention that he did not have his ring on in this interview. You can go and find it on his channel, but he did not have his ring on in this interview. And I was so confused by that, because that is a symbol of your unity and your commitment to the other person that you made this vow with before God. You know, I didn't appreciate the conversation. It got even more deeper than that, but I'm not going to share any more of it, because you can go onto his page and see. And even both of them have gotten backlash, because that night, she's been on his podcast, I guess, a few times. And like that night, they went out, they caught a game together. This picture right here is very suspect. I don't like it. For him to be a married man, it's not a good look. It's not. Especially if you have a daughter. You don't want your daughter to grow up thinking, or if she's already.
Why do you think they get such in an uproar? Mm-hmm. Like when they see you, out at the games, out with Meeca. In an uproar.
You be having fun though, Meeca.
That's the thing though. Like,
we sit courtside, we eat good, we have a good time, life is good.
Right, but why do you think they get so bothered?
It's not a good look. It doesn't show that you are so in love with your wife. And I see they've been together for a long time. I hope she doesn't take this disrespect behind closed doors, because there is just no way. I've been married before years ago, and there is no way I would have been comfortable with my husband posting up a picture like that. So I'm going to give this content creator a shout out, Lakeisha Keisha on YouTube. She has a great combo of Anton Daniels' response along with some of her take on the situation. But I'm going to play his parts on the day after, or afterwards, days afterwards, of the argument between him and Corey Holcomb, and you're going to see how much further he digs a hole for himself in regards to not only what happened with Corey Holcomb, but also him bringing this woman with him on this trip and him not being honest and forthcoming with her on why she was accompanying him on this trip. In her mind, she's thinking it's one thing. In his mind, he's plotting something else. But to tell you the truth, both of them got messed up in their own games that they were playing with each other and disrespectfully behaving while Anton is married to someone.
You told him the day of. So is this making any sense to you all? He's trying to justify why he ain't creeping with Meeca, but he ain't really justifying it.
A chick that I'm trying to bring on the show. But let me tell you what happens. And this is why you got to be careful of the type of niggas that you're around. He tried to paint the picture like, let's just get straight to it. Even if I was, let's play it by ear. Let's assume for the sake of conversation, because y'all see Meeca on the streams all the time. Let's say for the sake of conversation that I had a sad chick with me.
Okay, so can somebody make me understand why are we using this as an example for a sake of conversation?
Let's assume that I had the sad chick.
Okay, so can somebody make me understand why are we using this as an example for a sake of conversation?
Let's assume that I had the side chick with me. This nigga broke man code, bro. This nigga broke man code. And let me be
Okay. So this guy, Anton, is really something mentally is wrong with this man. And we're going to get into what his own wife said about him. How do you break man code when you said nothing was going on? You can only break man code if you were cheating on your wife. So how did he break man code?
This next piece, you're going to see both gaslighting and coaching being exhibited all in the same conversation. And that is Anton Daniels speaking about Meeca with his wife. Mrs. Daniels, Anton Daniels' wife, in my opinion, I feel as if she doesn't really have the self-esteem there after being his wife for so many years. And she still places him in such a high regard. Hey, that's great. That's wonderful. That's fine. That's wonderful. That's great. But I can't feel bad for a woman when she's not showing that she really cares. And she's giving him a pass for this behavior. And she reminds me so much of a person that would easily fall into the trap and entrapments of becoming a sister wife. Or knowing that he has a side piece, just as long as he can cheat in peace and your bills are paid, you're good to go. No matter what it looks like.
Be very clear. Nobody tells me how to deal with my chick.
Oh, so in this part, I forgot to warn y'all about this. He's going to call his wife, and I want you all to listen to what she has to say. Now, I don't know anything about his wife, but the conversation between them when he calls her is given that she's scared of him. And I'm going to get into a video where she says that he is somebody to be afraid of because he has multiple personalities. Do y'all remember when I said he seems like he has a personality disorder? Well, his wife says that he does have multiple personalities. But get into what his wife says, which is really weird considering she's a Black lady, and she seems okay with this.
Hello.
Hey, baby girl, what's up?
Not much. What's going on?
You chilling?
I am. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Rita. How do you feel about Meeca?
About Meeca?
Yeah.
I love Meeca.
What?
Yeah, that's my boo. Our birthdays is very close to each other too.
You love Meeca?
Yeah.
Listen.
She don't even have to say anymore, because I know exactly what Lakeisha Keisha is thinking right now when what she's about to say, and that is, like, please get serious. What woman in her right mind who has a stakeholder in a marriage of 20 something plus years and a child, almost an adult, would actually be comfortable enough to have their husbands fly a very attractive young woman who was unmarried herself in intimate settings, traveling with your husband, putting her ahead of you in spaces that you should be in. He's arranging for her, Meeca, to meet high end or more like B list, A list comedians and celebrities. Talking about he's her talent manager. Of what talent? I saw one video of this girl holding a note behind a very good band behind her. And that's all she was doing, was holding a note, and barely that. Am I saying that she's not intelligent? But all of this banter back and forth between himself and Meeca, it is now caught up. Everybody sees it. And unfortunately, it had to be exposed this way. Now you're going to hear of what Meeca had to say. Remember now, she told Anton, I'll always say yes. It's always yes to you, right? Now you're going to see the flip side of what this has exposed.
Like, I just been feeling like I just been out of it completely, bro. Like, I just been completely out of it. I don't know what that means. So, Meeca, been the talk of the town. How you feel, Meeca?
I feel great.
How does it feel to get so much attention?
Be honest and say how you really
Like it's been feeling for the majority of my life.
feel. She should have been honest. You are mad.
Right,
and you feel disrespected. You are mad as hate.
No, I was just going to say this time is just somebody else is trying to create the narrative.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
The real narrative
that feel
is the one that Anton created by having you there, making you look
You don't
like a
have to
side
necessarily go
piece.
through it to understand the nature of what women are. and what
Because
they-
I come from a bunch of women that have made great decisions.
all right,
All of them.
Whoa, that's an icy cold response, and it's very telling. I can tell that was a really strange and awkward airline flight coming back to Detroit, where he hosts this podcast, and her going back home to wherever she lives. You can cut the tension with a knife on this Zoom podcast taping. You can cut it. It is thick, and she is clearly annoyed and upset. I'm not saying that she puts all the blame on Anton Daniels, but I think she learned a really big lesson, and that is two things. First of all, he did not defend her honor. He did not defend her honor when Corey Holcomb addressed her so disrespectfully, and even he said something about it. Secondly, you deceived her by making her think that she had this exclusive opportunity to be filmed on the podcast with the 5150 show with very famous comedian Corey Holcomb. And then third, now you're saying that someone else is controlling the narrative, when all along you and Anton were controlling the narrative by taking pictures together, going out. I can't even really find pictures with him and his actual wife. There are more pictures in circulation of Anton Daniels and this young lady Meeca than there are of him and his actual wife and child together. Let's keep on listening and see what she got to say.
Okay.
Let me translate. Women in my family make good decisions. You got me out here looking stupid.
Lying.
I don't think that we talking about your situation.
So that's why I'm saying, but what I am saying, everybody, but you asked Ms. Sanchez about what she thought. You asked Molly about what she thought, and Molly said, yeah, because
Okay. No, but I didn't ask them what their current situation is.
But once I seen this energy between these two, not Ren and Stimpy.
I gave them a scenario. I didn't say what is your life like.
Well, I said
that. I
don't think like the average woman. I'm more detached.
And what did you say? I always dealt with.
And I know women expect their man to be available. I don't expect all that.
I thank you for telling the truth, because most women do expect their man to be available.
They do. I know. I know that, and women find it very hard. My friends find it hard to talk to me because I'm gonna say let that man go do what he got to do, and they don't be wanting to hear that. So.
And that last comment means to go let him cheat in peace, which is crazy.
Xbox, nigga.
No. Did y'all hear what Meeca said yesterday?
$5K for a date.
Thank you, Slimmy. Thank you, Slimmy. Thank you, Slimmy. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
5K.
Anton, when you say that, hold on.
You said
that. Hold on. No, I'm saying when you say Meeca don't want no regular blah blah blah, them people right there, it gives them the impression that I'm out here.
What? No, what are you talking about?
The amount of people that aren't
said don't get in her DMs.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So this podcast post that conflict that happened between Holcomb and Anton is super awkward. It's like 3 different conversations going on. You've got the person's live watching the blog podcast being taped. Then you've got a hidden conversation between Meeca and Anton, and she's deflecting her anger on him. And then you got the conversation of the rest of the podcast members that are trying to give their opinion on the subject matter at hand. Very awkward.
Because I can't really say what I want to say. So
why not?
So you think you uppity or something? I mean, you got standards. You got a heart. You like love.
They already know you're rich.
So this is where we're going to now start seeing the breakdown of what's going on, because Anton says that Meeca right here is his sign artist, and this is the reason why she came along with him across the country to be on the show with Corey Holcomb. Now, I'm going to let you hear just a little of what she sounds like, and then we're going to hear her response to this situation, and then that's going to be that. But I just want to get your opinion on, is this the next Beyonce / mogul / influencer that is going to just be taking over the world? I'm not hating on Meeca, because she is a very pretty woman, nice shape, all of that. Seemed like a really sweet person, and I do think she has her own bag. But do you see the other perspective, that where I'm coming from in regards to Anton Daniel is milking this just to be with this woman? I mean, at this point in time in her life, her age and career, does she have the stage presence and the voice? I mean, let's be honest.
They ain't gonna say it, but I will. Just like I said, Corey put it in perspective. But I'm gonna let you see what she said first, and then I'm gonna let you see the reply from Corey. I ain't nothing but a fuck prick, and they gonna prove it right here.
Go ahead and address the whole Corey Holcomb situation. All right, the whole Corey Holcomb incident. Now, 2 weeks ago, I was told that I was going to go on the 5150 show.
That's exactly what was said. And he's supposed to be her quote unquote manager, right? Setting up these talent opportunities.
And I was excited. All right. I was excited about going on the 5150 show. Last Tuesday, I got on the plane to go from DC to LA. I got to the 5150 studios at about 8 p.m. Pacific time. I met Corey Holcomb. I was introduced to him. He shook my hand. Then about, I want to say 5 minutes before the actual show started, I was told I can't go on the show.
And I believe her because that's what Corey Holcomb said too. And it's so unfortunate that she was duped. And it's all based off of this flirting, this banter between them that's inappropriate. I think that in the back of her mind, she knows that Anton Daniels is crushing on her. And she's going to milk it for what it's worth because he does have this proximity to celebrities and getting viral, sensationalized moments that will help boost her career. She's a beautiful girl. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm saying she's not talented, but I can't feel all the way bad for Meeca either.
Make sure everybody know what happened. Because the broad said he had told her she was going to be on the show 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So if she got any common sense, she should know this a cake-ass nigga. If she got any common sense,
he
she
ain't
should
lying.
know, oh, you told me I was plugged to be on the show. Because I believe he told her that. I believe he thought he had bargaining chips with a nigga. He didn't have no bargaining chips. No, she can't come on the show. I don't know nothing about
That
that.
lets me know that Anton is both possibly dangerous and he's definitely manipulative.
Just like he faked, like when he was on the phone. I told you, I come to do your podcast in person and woo, but then right after the show, he on there with Gooch and Yuck them on the phone. Some Zoom shit.
No, you mean where he said he doesn't really go on other people's shows.
Right.
Physically, not
He said he's got to come. But he right on the show with
See, that's dangerous.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was on the show with Yuck and Gooch, and I forgot the other brother name.
Well, there's so many nuances to this since that show aired, and it's a lot. But this is where I'm going to come to an end on it. I didn't want the moment to pass by because, again, as I stated in the beginning of the video, I'd made a video, and something in my spirit was telling me that the banter and the conversations and just the way he was handling this young woman, Meeca, and I'm talking about Anton Daniels, it was just all off-putting for me. With him being married, it just wasn't right. Something in the milk wasn't clean. And then on the political side of what sparked that disagreement off between Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels, I felt that this was the first time someone has actually confronted Anton Daniels politically on his approach of trying to entice his very right-wing MAGA support base and as a grifter and try to humiliate his own people within the Black American community. But he never holds his fan base, his political base, accountable to the wrongs that they have. And to me, I feel like that's biased. He talks about identity politics on why Black people continue to vote Democrat. Well, you're a biased grifter that's doing it for clout and money, just like Stephen A. Miller, just like so many of us, Jason Whitlock, just like so many other of them. It's all for money. And they would rather drag their own people who have already been through so much. I'm not saying that there's no room for improvement within the Black American culture. Absolutely. But you cannot say that it all falls on Black people when initially a lot of those issues come from systemic racism, and it comes from our people being put on a stop progress since we got into this country in 1619 as slaves. And even past 1964, we're still having to deal with racism, discrimination, job loss based off of us having melanated skin. So I'm glad Corey did what he did. I just hate to see two brothers have to constantly use the N-word, profanity, and almost come to blows with each other. I'm glad that they were grown enough to walk away. Please tell me what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate each and every one that continues to listen to the whole video out, and they give their comments, and they subscribe, and they like. I so appreciate you. I hope